All right, you guys, so we're going to be jumping back into the Scout today here. We're going to be putting on our carburetor and plugging everything back in and trying to get it to fire off right here. So let's start with removing this tape right here. All right, guys, so these bolts right here, to tighten down the carb, it's going to be a 1/2 inch. Okay, now that we have our carburetor bolted back down right here, got the fuel line reinstalled. Again, it's also a 1/2 inch to connect that fuel line right there. Now we're going to go on ahead and start connecting our brackets and our return spring and stuff like that. So we'll go ahead and get these on here and move forward from there. All right, now the first thing that we're going to be putting on right here is going to be our throttle linkage bracket right here. To install this, there's going to be two 9/16 bolts right here that go through the manifold. We're going to take these two out, put it back on, and reinstall them here. All right, you guys, so we have, looks like everything hooked up right here. We got a return spring, we got our throttle cable, we got the bracket hooked back up, carburetor bolted down, fuel line installed, and I just re-put on the old vacuum lines for right now. I will be replacing those, but for right now, I just want to try and get it started here and get it going, and then we can go from there. So let's get the keys and give it a shot. All right, you guys, now to get this ready for first startup since I rebuilt it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that this curb idle screw is backed out all the way, and then once I start to see it engage up here, I'm going to go on ahead and turn it one full turn, and that should get us in the ballpark. As for the idle mixture screws up front, from what I've been reading and researching on that, you want about like a turn to a turn and a half on those, and that should get you in the ballpark as well. So I'm going to try that, and we'll see how it goes. All right, guys, so we got these set hopefully correctly somewhat. So now we're going to go on ahead and get inside and try and fire this thing off right here. Now this has been sitting for a while, so I might have to check the battery. We'll see, but let's give it a shot here. All right, so the battery is dead. I do have a jumper right here that I picked up recently from Costco. So we're going to go on ahead and try and get this installed and see if we can get it started here. All right, you guys, so that was a progress right there. When I first got this, it would start, but it wouldn't idle. So I rebuilt it and put everything back on right here. It was kind of a similar situation where it would start. I got it started here, but it wouldn't stay running when I let off my foot off the gas right there. So I went back and I looked through the book and everything, and I asked some questions on some forums and everything. So several things on here that I changed, and now it does run a lot better. First thing is I adjusted my curb idle screw a little bit more. I just kind of played around with it right here. Also, you're going to have what is on the back right here. There's a second idle screw. This is for your high idle right here. So in the book, it was saying to put it on the second notch, the second most notch on the high idle right here. So I did that. I also went ahead and I adjusted this linkage right here on the high idle. Before the choke was open like that all the way. So I adjusted it as much as I could. This thing is kind of breaking off right here, so I adjusted it as much as I could to be able to get that closed right there a little bit more. I also, it said to have this touching this right here in the book from what I understood, so I went ahead and it said you can bend this piece right here, so I did that. Also, I didn't realize my vacuum advance on my distributor was not hooked up, so got that hooked up right there. And then on the other side over here, let me get over there. And then on this side right here for the choke that's tied to the manifold right here, I had to adjust this a little bit right here as well, this link. And then I also adjusted this rod here a little bit. It was kind of bent the wrong way. So I did that. Now it does close a bit more right here on the choke. I tried it last night and it fired up right here, no problem. So, and it ran without having to have a foot on the gas or anything like that. So we'll get it started up here. I'll show you guys and we'll go from there. All right, you guys, sorry for the low light conditions right here. Just got our battery jumper charged back up right here. So we're gonna go on ahead and plug this in and give it a shot and see if it'll start on up here now with all the adjustments that we just did here. Alright guys, so we got the Scout running again here. Very stoked about it, really excited about it. Before it would run, but anytime you'd give it gas it would die out, and anytime you'd let off the gas it would die out. So I'm glad that we got that going right there. Not too sure if I'm just going to keep that carb on there. I think it'll do for right now. I might change it over to a Holley 2300 a little bit later, but we'll see. We'll see how it works. We'll see if the linkage gives me a little bit of issues. It looks like it's kind of binding a little bit, so I'm going to play with that a little bit more. But again, at least now I know, hey, it starts up and it runs good and runs smooth. So I'm really happy with that. Now we can move on to the next steps on it. So again, just really stoked about that. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you on the next project. Thanks.